करमुंडे
Now, welcome back, class. I start my topic where I left. That is the Quranic teaching. I think it is clear up to you, and we come to the next topic. That is the branches of biology. Modern biology does not concern only with the recognition and classification of species, but also deals with their structural and functional aspects. Biology has many branches. Some of the important branches of biology common to botany and zoology are here. On your screen you can see. Number 1 is morphology. Number 2 is anatomy. Number 3 is histology. Number 4 is cytology or cell biology. Number 5, physiology. Number 6, ecology. Number 7, embryology. Number 8, taxonomy. Number 9, genetics. Number 10, microbiology. There are some other branches also, but we are discussing here 10 branches. Number 1, morphology. It is a Greek word. Morph mean form. This branch deals with the study of external structural characteristics of plant and animal. How an animal or a plant look like from outside. This is studied under the branch of morphology. Anatomy. Greek word ana mean up, tom mean to cut. It deals with the internal structures or organs of an organism. In plants, it deals with the arrangement of different type of tissue in root, stem, leaf, etc. Now, the animal body is made up of different organs. These organs, whenever studied by cutting them, washing them by the eyes, this branch is called anatomy. But in case of plant, they don't have a structure like stomach, kidney, liver, etc. They have different structure: root, stem, leaf, flowers. They are made up of tissues. To study their tissue in plant is called anatomy. Next branch is histology. Greek word histos, meaning web, jala. or tissues. This branch deals with the study of tissue or plants and animals under a microscope. There is a difference between anatomy and histology. In histology, microscopes are used because this is the study of tissues, either the plant tissue or animal tissue. Next, number 4 branch is cytology or cell biology. Cytos or chitos, you can pronounce any word, means hollow vessels or cell. The study of structure, function, and composition of cell and cell organelle is called cytology or cell biology. Now here I have used one word, that is the organelle, cell organelle. What do you mean by cell organelle? You know, I think that you know in 8th class we taught you about different parts of a cell, and they are like mitochondria, Golgi body, endoplasmic reticulum, plastid. These are the cell organelles. These are the structures of the cell. Next branch, number 5, is physiology. Greek word physis means nature. It is the study of functions of different parts of living organism. We have different parts in our body like heart, arteries, veins, capillaries. They are together, they are forming one function, that is the circulation of the blood. Plants have xylem, phloem, vessels, and they are performing one function, that is the transportation of water and minerals from root to different parts of the body. Next branch, number 6, is ecology. Greek word okios means home. It is the study of relationship of living organisms with each other and with other non-living environmental factors. It is also called environmental biology. Now, what are environmental factors? Living thing, we are living thing, animals are living thing, plants are living thing. We are related with one another. Every living thing is related anyhow with one another. But all the living things, they are also related with their surrounding, with their environmental factor, and these environmental factors are light, water, temperature, sunlight, or the earth, or the sea. These are the factors. Anyhow, the living organisms are related with them, and the study of that branch which show a relationship between living and non-living thing is called ecology. Next branch, number 7, is embryology. Embryon is a Greek word meaning embryo. This branch is also termed as developmental biology. It is the study of progressive developmental changes which occur after zygote formation up to an organism is formed. It means whenever a male cell combined with female cell, a new cell after fusion, a new cell is formed, and that is called zygote. Because I use this term, so I am going to explain it. I am going to explain it what is zygote. Whenever a cell from female fuses from fuses with a cell of male, after fusion a new cell is formed. That new cell is called zygote. It contains both the character from male side and female side, and its development is called embryology. The further development of zygote is called embryology. Next branch number 8 is taxonomy. Taxos is a Greek word. It means arrangement or grouping. Nom means laws related to naming. This branch deals with the description, identification, classification, and scientific naming of living organisms according to their similarities and dissimilarities. Actually, this is a branch of classification of animal and plant. And this classification shows that how that living organism is related on the basis of similarities and dissimilarities with their forefathers or with their other living beings. Number 9 branch is the genetics. Greek word genesis, it means origin. It deals with the study of inheritance, including transmission of hereditary characters from parent to their offspring. Now this is our generation. Before us, our parents, they are our generation, and their parent, they make another generation. That is the grandparent. We got some character from the generation of grandparents through our parents. And this transmission of character from one generation to the other generation is make a trait. Is made a trait, and this is called hereditary. The last branch which I have taken from your syllabus, that is microbiology. Microbiology, micro means very small. It deals with the study of microscopic organisms such as viruses and bacteria. Microscope was invented by the Galileo. After the invention of microscope, the study of microorganisms started. And through this, we can find out the organisms which are not visible with our naked eye. I think it must be clear. The next topic is biology and other branches. Biology is a multi-dimensional science. It is linked with the knowledge of chemistry, physics, mathematics, sociology, statistics, etc. And these branches which are related to biology are biochemistry, biophysics, biometry, etc. Now, first of all, biochemistry. That is the branch simply, it is related with the chemistry, and chemical test of blood or urine is the example of this branch. But in detail, It is a complete branch of chemistry which requires firm knowledge of biology and chemistry to explain the synthesis of biomolecules, their requirements, and the effect caused by the deficiency and efficiency of different molecules on the organism and their metabolism. Clear? Second is biophysics. यानी बायोकेमिस्ट्री वो ब्रांच है जो पूरी की पूरी केमिस्ट्री है, जिसमें हम पढ़ते हैं कि लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म में अगर केमिकल्स की कमी हो जाए तो उसकी कमी से या उसकी ज्यादती से क्या इफेक्ट पैदा होते हैं, कौन सी बीमारियां, कौन से डिसऑर्डर पैदा होते हैं, और ये चीज़ें हम केमिकल टेस्ट के ज़रिए करते हैं। और ये टेस्ट अमूमन हमारे ब्लड, यूरिन और कल्चर वगैरह के होते हैं। नेक्स्ट इज बायोफिजिक्स। Branch of physics where we apply laws and techniques of physics to explain the metabolism of living organisms, to find out the age of fossils, etc. One of the sub-branch of biophysics is radiophysics, where radioactive isotopes are used to trace the translocation of different materials within the living organism. This technique, biophysics, is also used the sound wave, that is the ultrasound, and the laser technology, which somehow related to the physics and the biology. यानी बायोफिजिक्स एक ऐसी ब्रांच है जिसमें हम फिजिक्स के लॉज और कानून और टेक्निक को इस्तेमाल करते हुए जानदार चीज़ों के बारे में मालूमात हासिल करते हैं। रेडियो एक्टिव आइसोटोप्स के ज़रिए, एक्सरे के ज़रिए, लेज़र के ज़रिए, अल्ट्रासाउंड के ज़रिए हम लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म में इस ब्रांच को अप्लाई करते हैं, जिसका नाम है बायोफिजिक्स। नेक्स्ट इज बायोमेट्री। It is a branch of mathematics where data and measurement related to living organisms are dealt with. Without the knowledge of mathematics and statistics, no biological research and data analysis is possible. All biologists conclude their result by using knowledge of statistics and the mathematics. आपने आजकल एक वर्ड सुना होगा कि बायोमेट्रिक तस्दीक, बहुत कॉमन आपने सुना होगा। आप सिम खरीदने जाएं, बैंक में जाएं, तो व्हाट इज दिस बायोमेट्री? बायोमेट्री एक तस्दीक है, एक मेथड है जिसमें आपके फिंगर्स का और थंब का प्रिंट लिया जाता है, और उसका मकसद क्या होता है, उससे एक डेटा, क्योंकि हर इंसान का थंब प्रिंट जो है वो कुदरती तौर पर डिफरेंट होता है, फिर उस डेटा को बाकायदा रिकॉर्ड में रखा जाता है और आगे किसी भी मकसद के लिए यूज किया जाता है। Now come to the next topic. Our next topic is biological method. A biological method is a scientific approach used to resolve a biological problem related to or produced by a living thing. यानी कोई ऐसा प्रॉब्लम जो कि बायो से रिलेटेड हो या किसी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म की वजह से प्रोड्यूस हो, उसको फाइंड आउट करना खास स्टेप्स के जरिए बायोलॉजिकल मेथड कहलाता है। You can see steps of biological method on your screen: observation, hypothesis, deduction, experiment, result, theory, and law. These steps are followed by the scientist step by step. Now, what is observation? Most of the biological investigations start with an observation. After selecting a specific biological problem, observations are made to collect relevant information. कोई भी चीज जो बायोलॉजिकल मेथड के लिए हम यूज कर रहे होते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम यूज कर रहे होते हैं, उसका स्टार्ट किसी एक कॉमन ऑब्जर्वेशन से स्टार्ट होता है। फिर हम बहुत सारी ऑब्जर्वेशन कलेक्ट करते हैं और जो फैक्ट और इंफॉर्मेशन होते हैं जो कि रिलेटेड उस प्रॉब्लम से रिलेटेड होते हैं, उनको जमा कर लेते हैं और ये कलेक्शन जो है ये हमारा ऑब्जर्वेशन के कॉलम में आता है। नेक्स्ट इज हाइपोथेसिस। In the light of observed facts and previously collected information, biologists make intelligent guesses as to what may be the possible answer to this particular question. This intelligent guess in a form of statement is called hypothesis. जितनी भी ऑब्जर्वेशन कलेक्ट हुई थी उनके जरिए जो इंफॉर्मेशन हासिल हुई थी और उन पे फोकस करते हुए बायोलॉजिस्ट जो है वो एक चीज का गैस करते हैं कि ये चीज ये हो सकती है या ये नहीं हो सकती। ये इंटेलिजेंट गैसेस जो है वो हाइपोथेसिस कहलाती है। टू टेस्ट द हाइपोथेसिस, certain deductions, that is logical predictions, are made. In other words, deduction is the logical explanation of a hypothesis. अब जब ऑब्जर्वेशन कलेक्ट हो गई, एक गैस कर लिया साइंटिस्ट ने कि ये चीज ये हो सकती है या नहीं हो सकती है, तो उस हाइपोथेसिस को लॉजिकल प्रिडिक्शंस के जरिए डिडक्ट किया जाता है। लॉजिक पेश की जाती है, इसमें क्या लॉजिक हो सकती है, क्या नहीं हो सकती। देन दे मूव टू द एक्सपेरिमेंट। Now the next is experiment. The next step is to test each deduction. कि जो चीज भी हुई है, जो डिडक्शंस आई है, उसको एक्सपेरिमेंट के जरिए टेस्ट किया जाए। और ये टेस्ट एक नहीं होता, कई टेस्ट किए जाते हैं जिनको एक्सपेरिमेंट किए जाते हैं। अब इन टेस्ट का एक पर्टिकुलर रिजल्ट हासिल होता है। From all the experiment, it is found that all the results are whether they are correct or not correct. जितने भी एक्सपेरिमेंट हुए, अब उनके पास, साइंटिस्ट के पास उसका एक जवाब आ जाता है, एक रिजल्ट आ जाता है कि ये बात सही है या ये बात सही नहीं है। If it is correct, then it is accepted as a theory or a law, or if it is not correct, then they again start their experiment from observation. फिर वो ऑब्जर्वेशन की तरफ वापस जाते हैं और देखते हैं कि कौन सी ऐसी चीज है जो रह गई है और हमारे रिजल्ट में वो चीज नहीं आ पा रही है, उसको दोबारा वो रिपीट करते हैं। Now I am winding up my lecture here. Kindly show your presence in the chat box. I am calling your attendance. I am calling your attendance. After that, you have time, you can ask questions.